So good afternoon all of you. So in this video we will discuss about what is data mining, what is data warehousing, what is data processing and type of database languages. So these four concepts we will make out clear in this video. So first let's come to the data mining. What exactly data mining is about? Mining. What do you mean by mining in general? Mining is nothing but extracting something from the land, extracting something from the resources, extracting something from the place where you are living. So like that, in case of data mining also, the data mining is the process of sorting through large data sets to identify patterns and establish relationships to solve problems through data analysis. It means if you are digging something, if you are extracting some useful information from huge or volumized data, it's nothing but data mining. So in order to extract the useful information, you have to follow some methodology. That methodology here we are calling as pattern. It means you have to follow some procedure, you have to follow some technique, you have to follow some procedure. That procedure is nothing but pattern. So by identifying the pattern only, we can extract the useful information that we require out of the huge or volumized data sets. So that why we have to extract that useful information, in the sense that useful information only we can go for analysis. For the data analysis, it is required and it is mandatory to go for data mining process. Okay, I think I am clear with this. So simply data mining is nothing but extracting the useful information out of huge or volumized data. Okay, so it allows enterprises to predict the future trends. It means what is our future, what's our sales to be, and what's our market is going to be, and what's our share price to be. In order to go for analysis of all these, it is mandatory to go for data mining process for the organizations. And next one, the task of discovering interesting patterns from large amount of data. So here this is a $1 million question. You have to identify some interesting pattern and interesting path to go for data extraction. So that is the main task and important task of data mining. So data mining is some completely extraction of information, and so generally the organizations will go for conducting the data mining for analyzing the future trends. So in this the main task is discovering the pattern and going for digging the useful information out of the vast information. Okay. What are the general disciplines or general categories that are associated with the data mining? You cannot say in this field I can apply the data mining, in this subject I can apply the data mining, in this procedures, in these policies and in this work only I can apply the data mining. So everywhere you can apply the data mining, and you can integrate that data mining with different disciplines also. That is possible. So you, based on the need and based on the demand, you can go for applying the data mining. But here we have listed mainly the 6 disciplines which are generally associated with the data mining process. So the data mining confluence of multiple disciplines. So here we have to use multiple disciplines, multiple subjects, multiple concepts in order to make the data mining successful. What are they? First one is stats. Second one, database technology. Third one, machine learning. Fourth one, information science. Fifth one, other disciplines means commerce, management, anything you can do, psychology, like that. And next one, visualization. So these are all the 6 main things that are revolve around the data mining. So we will look into the statistics. Statistics generally talks about the facts and figures. It means how can we go for extraction and what are the results that you can expect and how much of benefit that you are getting. So calculation of that benefits can be done by using the statistics and database technology. In order to go for identify the patterns, you have to use some technology. So that technology is decided by DBT, that is nothing but database technology. And machine learning. As of you know, in case of machine learning, we have supervised learning, unsupervised learning, like the different categories are there. So based on that, you have to completely understand how the technology is going to be work. So that learning process is completely done by using the machine learning. And here you have to make clear about the concepts that are related to the data mining process also. And next one, information science. It means, so what is the necessary information? In order to identify that information, you have to completely understand the thoughts and the working style of the information. So that is displayed in case of information science. Apart from that, other disciplines are there like psychology. It means completely it will helpful for you in understanding the mindset of the workers, how they are reacting and how they are using and how they are going, and how the employees are perceiving and how the employees are expecting from your work. All these are you can learn in a psychology part. So like that you can take multiple disciplines. So but we have taken only 5 disciplines which you can confluence with the data mining. And next concept, that is data mining and business intelligence. So how the business intelligence and the data mining can integrated for a better results. So you can take a you can see a triangle here. So in this triangle you can see mainly the 6 categories and 2 dimensions here. One is for increasing potential to support the business decisions, and another dimension is end user, business analyst, data analyst, and DBA, that is database administrator. Okay, so in a triangle we can see the 6 various areas. Okay, let's come from the bottom. So for any process or for any technology, for any procedure, first you have to collect the information. So in order to collect the information, we require some sources, that are data sources, where you can collect the information from papers, files, information providers, database systems, and OLTP, that is nothing but online transaction processing. OLTP is nothing but online transaction processing. So these are all the various sources from where you can get the or collect the data. And after collecting the data, next thing you have to save, or you have to store the data at one place. So that's nothing but data warehouse or data marts. So how we can save the data, how we can store the data, in the sense by using mainly 2 procedures. First one is OLAP, online analytical processing. Second one is multi-dimensional analysis. So these are the 2 procedures we generally followed in order to store the data. And next level, data exploration, means whatever the information that you have stored, that should be used further, right? So in order to use the data to the further level, we will go for exploration process. In exploration process, mainly we will go for 3 activities. First one is statistical analysis. It means based on available information, we will go for finding out the facts and figures related to the data. It means whether it is giving in a positive manner, and how much positive manner of responses are there, and if there negative responses are there, how much negative responses are there. All these are statistically recorded in the first activity. After that, we will go for querying. Querying is nothing but if you have any doubts related to the data or related to the process that is happening, that you can question in the second activity, that is querying. And third one, reporting. It means what are the exact results. So that result should be conveyed to the next level or next managers or superiors. So that reporting is the third activity. So these are the data exploration stage. So once the data exploration process is done, next we will go for data mining. It means in data mining, we discover the information that we want. It means out of vast information that is collected in the data, collected from the data sources, we will go for the data mining process. So in the data mining process, we will discover the information that we want. So once the data mining is done, next we will go for presentation stage. It means you have to present the data in some graph, chart, or some video, audio, or some other formats, tables like that. So in order to present the data, we will go for various visualization techniques. So what are the visualization techniques? Graphs, charts, videos, tables, all these are the general visualization techniques we use. After the data presentation, we will go for the final thing, that is making decision. Means based on the extraction of information and based on the visualization aids, we will go for taking a decision in favor of the organization. Okay, so all these are the things that we can combine with the business intelligence. Okay, so when these all activities are done in proper manner, automatically it increases the potential for the business. And if you go here, if you go for data sources, so data sources will completely taken care by database administrator, and the data mining process is done by data analyst, and data presentation is done by business analyst, and making decision is done by the end user who may be sitting in front of the system. That person is going to be the end user. That person is the final decision maker of the data. So this is how the data mining and business intelligence will combinedly work in the organization. So this will gives you a clear picture how the data mining process will helpful in the organization for visualizing the future trends of the business. Okay, so this is the concept of data mining. Next one, how the data mining system will look like. This is the architecture. You can see how the data mining process will systems will work. So on the bottom you can see two things: databases. Databases are the things which holds the information. It means whatever the information that is collected from the different data sources, that are all there in the databases. And after that we can go for data warehouse. This is a place where we can store the information. Okay, so when you want to process the information to the next level, you have to done two activities in the data mining system. First one is data cleaning and data integration. Means whatever the unnecessary information is there in the database, that should be removed by using the activity of data cleaning. And once the data cleaning is done, you have to integrate all the necessary and needed information. That is the second activity, data integration. So this is done in the databases. And when come to the data warehouse, so in this data warehouse we will go for filtering process. So filtering is also a data cleaning process which removes the unnecessary or noisy information, and it will give you the only clear-cut information. So once this data is processed, it will go to the next level, that is data warehouse server or database server. So in this server we will store the entire information, and next it will go for the data mining engine. So this whatever the clear and processed information or processed data is there, that will is sent to the data mining engine. So this data mining engine performs some operations, and it identifies the patterns, and it and after identifying the patterns, it will go for evaluation of the pattern. It means whether this pattern is going to be work properly or not, it is giving correct results or not. That is examined in the next stage, that is pattern evaluation stage. Once this pattern evaluation is successful, it will goes for the GUI, that is nothing but graphical user interface. So these patterns are successful, these are visualized to the users in a GUI manner, graphical user interface. It means these are clear-cutly communicated to the user by using the GUI interface. Okay, so all these data, whatever that is there in the pattern evaluation and data mining engine, all this you can store in the knowledge database. So this is a repetitive manner. It will goes like this and goes like this. So this will works in a cycling manner. Okay, so this is about the architecture of typical data mining system. So next concept, that is objectives of data mine. So there are 4 basic objectives that you can identify in case of data mining. First one is sequence or path analysis, second one classification, third one clustering, and fourth one is forecasting. So sequence or path analysis. Path analysis is nothing but pattern analysis. It means there is vast information is there. Using some technique or using some pattern or using some methodology, you have to segregate the data first. So that is the sequence of path analysis. And classification. So dividing the information into various parts. Next one, clustering. Clustering in the sense grouping the related information. Means whatever the identical information is there, closely related information is there, that is grouped at one place. That technique is called as clustering. So once the clustering is done, next we will go for forecasting. So based on these data, we will go for analyzing the future trends of the business. That is forecasting. So what's the demand of the product is going to be? What is the demand of service is going to be? And what are the future sales of the product is going to be? In order to go for such a future trend analysis, we will go for using of data mining. So that too in a forecasting manner. So these are the main 4 objectives of data mining. First one is sequence or path analysis. Second one classification. Third one clustering. And the fourth one is forecasting. Next one, data mining steps. It means what is the procedure that is generally followed in case of data mining. So first and foremost thing that you have to done in data mining process is you have to collect the information from various data sources. So once you collected the information, next we have to clean the data. So cleaning the data in the sense removing the unnecessary data and keeping only the necessary data with us. So once the data cleaning is done, and we have to integrate all the processed data at one place, that is data integration. And after integrating the data, next third activity is data selection. It means what is the data that we can go for mining. So that data should be selected. That is the third one, data selection. Fourth one, data transformation. It means transferring the data from one location to the another location or from one system to the another system. It means whatever the data that is selected, you have to transfer that data to another place. Okay. And after data transformation, we will go for data mining. Means using some patterns or using some techniques, we will extract the information that we want. So once the data mining is done, we will go for evaluation of the pattern. Evaluation of pattern in the sense whether it is going in a proper manner or not. Whether that pattern is giving good results or not. So whether that pattern working in a proper manner or not, that is analyzed in the pattern evaluation stage. So this is also successful. Next, we will present the data. That is knowledge presentation. It means whatever the data that is mined and that is evaluated, that we will present in a visualized manner. That is nothing but knowledge presentation. These are the 7 steps of data mining. First one is data cleaning. Next one is data integration. Third one, data selection. Fourth one, data transformation. Fifth one, data mining. Next one, pattern evaluation. And the last one is knowledge presentation. These are the 7 stages or 7 steps of data mining. Next concept, that is data warehousing. What is data warehousing? Or it's nothing but a technique for collecting and managing data from varied sources to provide meaningful business insights. Suppose an organization is there. An organization contains multiple suppliers and multiple clients. So different clients will give different types of information, different types of requests and different types of queries. So in order to hold such data, you require some different sources, right? So that different sources, you collect the entire information and you will put at one place, and you have to store that information at one place. That storing of information at one place is nothing but data warehouse. So when you collected the information from multiple sources, that multiple sources information you collecting and storing at one place, that place is called as data warehouse. So again, whatever data mining is there, data warehousing is there, whatever the process you carry, that is used for only business insights. And it is electronic storage of business, electronic storage of large amount of information by a business, which is designed for query and analysis instead of transaction processing. So in case of data warehouse, we doesn't go for any transaction processing like OLTP like that. So only for queries and the analysis only will go for data warehousing. It means you want to process any queries related to your clients, queries related to your business, will take the support of data warehouse. So like that, if you go for analyzing of your data, will go for data warehouse like that. And it is a process of transforming data into information and making it available to users in a timely manner to make a difference. If you want to make the organization data available to the users, so in such cases also we'll go for the concept of data warehouse. It means from time to time, it means if you go for a website, so website is a place where you can see the information related to a particular institute or particular organization. So for example, let's take some Infosys company website is there. Okay, so you log into that Infosys company website and you can see some tabs like home, gallery, contact us, staff and key persons like that. So if you go on clicking on each tab, you will find different details related to the each tab. So that is the information that already stored in that particular tabs by using the concept of data warehouse. It means in order to make the users familiarize and utilize the data that is there in the website within a timely manner, the organizations will create the database. So simply the data, that database is clearly represented in a data warehouse manner. So that warehouses are generally used for the next activities. And this is about the data warehousing. And next, types of data processing. So what is data, first what is data processing and what are the different types of data processing, we will discuss now. Data processing. So if you want to perform some set of operations upon a data, so when you are performing that different operations upon the data at a time, that process is called as data processing. So what are the activities or what are the operations that you can perform in data processing? In the sense like automatic, it means collection, recording, organizing, storage, adaptation, alteration to the useful data. So all these are the operations that you can perform on the data. When you are performing all these set of operations on the data, it is called as data processing. So here you can see how the data processing cycle is worked. So here first you have to collect the information, and after collecting the information you have to process the information as an input, and as giving the inputs it will go for process, and after process is done it will gives you the desired output, and that output is stored in a data warehouse. So this is how the data processing cycle will work. So first collects the information and it will goes into the system, and it will process that information, and it will use the final output, and that output is again stored in the data warehouse. So this is how the data processing cycle will works. Okay, next come to the types of data processing. So we have 5 types of data processing. First one, manual data processing. So in manual data processing, human intervention is compulsory. It means it involves the human intervention. It means many opportunities are there, like if you want to capture the data, if you want to collect the data, if you want to analyze the data, all are done in a manualized manual way with the intervention of human being. That's why it is called as manual data processing. And it requires in this type of data processing, there is scope for errors, like a high amount of operator misprints will be there, type mistakes will be there, and high labor cost will be there, and high amount of labor is also required. So all these are the disadvantages that exist with the manual data processing, and it also implies huge labor expenses and in regards to spending for equipments, supplies, and rents, etc. So if you are working with the manual data processing, human intervention is compulsory, and this human intervention will lead to errors, and in order to rectify these errors, it is going to be expensive. So in order to eradicate all these, the second data processing has came into existence, that is mechanical data processing. So mechanical data processing, simple example, you can process the data within a minimum time. For example, if you take a calculator, okay, so by using the calculators we can complete the any calculations or additions, subtractions, divisions, any operations, mathematical operations, you can perform in a minimum time. But with the human intervention, it means if I am there, so I want to perform a mathematical operation, what is 12 into 18? So it is difficult to, it takes some time for me to calculate that one, what is 12 into 18. But for the calculator, it takes fraction of seconds in order to give the results. So that is the best example for mechanical data processing. Different calculations and processings are performed using mechanical machines like calculators, etc. Means using some aids, missions, calculators, you can perform your work in an easy manner. The use of mechanical machines makes data processing easier and less time consuming. So when compared to the manual data processing, it will take very less time and easy also, and the chances of errors will also become far less when compared to the manual intervention. So here the scope for errors will also less when compared to the manual one. And third one, electronic data processing. So this is a frequent term which you can use as of IS, information system or services, or you can call it as a MIS also. It means it is completely a environmental friendly. Like if you take the computer, by using the computer you can send the mails, you can receive the mails, and you can process the business information between senders and receivers, and between clients and the organization. So that is possible. So EDP is one such criteria which makes the business very easy when compared to the previous data processing types. So this EDP evolved from DP, data processing, which was created, and most computing input was physically put into the computer in punched form or an ATM cards form, and output as punched cards or paper reports. So previously, for this, the best example is before 10 years or before 6 to 7 years back, if you want money, in the sense one thing, we have to go to the bank, and there we have to fill some form, and you have to submit that form at a counter, and then you can get the money as you listed in the slip. Like the criteria we follow like that. After some years, the ATMs was came into picture. So that we can withdraw the money by directly going to the ATM, and you can enter your PIN and you can get the money whatever you entered in the mission. So ATM machines are the best examples for EDP, electronic data processing. Means whatever the work is there, that work is completed by more advanced machines. This rather than calling it as missions, we can call it as an information system. So here first human is replaced by mission, and again the mission is replaced by the information system, that is nothing but a computer. So that is taken picture in the third data processing, electronic data processing. And fourth one, real-time processing. It means, so it is a continuous input and output mechanism. It means the continuous process will be there of related to the data or related to the work, and here the data has to be processed in a small stipulated time period, otherwise it will create problems for the system. It means so much of work is there. If whatever the work will be there, so that work should be completed in a small or stipulated time period. That is enabled in case of real-time processing. Look at the example, you will find out very easily. When a bank customer withdraws a sum of money from his or her account, it is vital that the transaction be processed and the account balance updated as soon as possible, and allowing both the bank and customer to keep track of funds. So normally for this I will tell you one example. I am having some SBI online account. So in online account, so I transferred some amount to my friend. I have to send the amount to my friend instantly. So in such case, I enter the amount. Suppose 10,000 rupees I had sent to my friend. So that should be replicated in my account and in my friend account too. It means the amount should be debited from my account, and that whatever the amount debited, that should be credited to my friend account. So all these should be done at a time. So in such case, it is better to go for real-time processing systems. So that real-time processing systems will update the balance of bank, balance of a sender, and balance of the receiver. So all these works are done at a same time by using the concept of real-time data processing. And the next one, that is batch processing. So in batch processing, here it is most advanced one. A group of transactions and group of works can be done over a stipulated time. In batch processing, group of transactions collected over a period of time is collected, entered, processed, and then the batch results are produced. So for this, the best example is payroll systems, examination results, and one more is billing system. Suppose, let's take an example. So I am owning a company. So under me 50 number of employees are working. So the 50 number out of 50 number of employees, 10 are from human resource department, 10 are from marketing, 10 are from sales, and 10 are from finance, and 10 are from accounts. Okay, so I have to pay amount to all the 50 number of employees at a time, but they are from different departments. So I had collected the information, their account numbers, their names, and their IFSC codes, and their salaries. Okay, so I want to transfer the salaries of all employees at a time to their accounts. So in such cases, I can use the batch processing system. So by using this batch processing system, at a time I can transfer amount to this multiple number of employees at a time. Okay, and if you go for the examination results declare or examination system, at a time the students can see the results from any place. So that is also a batch processing mechanism. So these are all the 5 types of data processing techniques that are generally used. Okay. So in this video we had discussed what is data mining, what is data warehousing, and what is data processing. And we also discussed with the types of data processing. We have manual data processing, and second one is mechanical data processing, third one electronic data processing, fourth one real-time processing, and fifth one is batch processing. So in the next video we will discuss database languages. I think all of you know database languages are mainly three: DDL, data definition language; DML, data manipulation language; and third one is DCL, data control language. Okay. So in the next video we will discuss about the database languages. Thank you.